something special right here, right now.
Gotta do round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play.
Now observe.
Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Player one is just about out of drive after that. If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this rep adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Taking stock. Well-timed corner switch. Blocks the ambiguous cross-up. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Life lead opens up. Takes a KO. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Anything could happen here. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. Player two has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. They are absolutely wailing on each other in the middle of the cage. Hit them with a stop and bop. Extra spicy, sure you connect. Burnout activates. Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. A super art? Player two, the super doesn't hit. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball game. Good distance for a shot. Unfazed by the switch and block. Knockdown and... Player two is in a very good drive rush to keep it going. Fools them and locks them in embrace. What a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Manages to block the jump and knock them out of the air. Clutch, anti-air. This can lead to some big damage. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. This is a bad situation to be in. Player one has the super. Escapes with the reversal. There's a burnout. Oh, here we go. Dangerous range. Nothing stops this train. These guys are not all in with the rock. And they burn out in sync. The Triglav skewers them. Things are very tense as this exchange continues. Rake them. They're in range. Solid anti-air. Noticeable life crowns them from flatline zone. Player two delivers the upset. That's one for the replay. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Triglav. Holds out with the block. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Both fighters will want to make something happen while avoiding burnout state. Player two in that dangerous burnout state. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Gets some. Player one hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Pokes with a medium kick. 3-ball. They trade. Still slugging it out at this range. Experiencing burnout. Player one will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. What'll happen here? Player two is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a comeback using their drive. Big opportunity now in this corner. Shows a medium kick, fools them, and locks them in embrace. What now? Uses their drive gauge. Life lead is there, but still anyone stone cold embrace. You can't block those. Who's gonna take it? both of them back off, willing to risk it for the overdrive. There's that amazing never say die attitude got them the win. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Anti-air in the clutch. Reversal. The low. Smart stuff, poking out that range to zone the opponent. Player 2 can't use drive anymore. What now? Player 1 with the rhythm turns out. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Player 2 is in burnout state. A very good, this releases some big damage. Amazing! No! Critical art now? There's a burnout. Closes it out. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that rundown. We're here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Throw zone. What's next? Was well in range to score the throw. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Who's gonna make a move? Plenty of space between the two fighters, but who will decide to close the gap? Knockdown. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? This is a real back-and-forth match we're seeing. They definitely know what the other is capable of. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Player 1 brushes that off and keeps going. This is a critical point of the round where they just ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing.
Round 2.
Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. They're still feeling each other out. Player 1 creates a good experiencing burnout. Very solid corner switch. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Going in? Borderline. Full FA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Connects with medium kick. Shoryuken, knockout, and player 2 brushes that off and keeps going. Good heads-up decision, opting for the drive impact. We're counting them with the Lavshuka. Can they stand the heat? Big super leg sit. 3 balls. This is a critical moment. Flatline zone. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Open. This can lead to some big damage. A jump. Sets up with the jump in. Impact. Squat. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. Closes in. Nails the 3 balls. Oh man, this is a scary range. Stone cold embrace. You can't block those. The pre-block skewers them. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Drops him hard. Gets him with a Euro step. Meets them in air. Wow, reads the top. Are you kidding me? Player 2 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Medium kick. Medium kick hits. Porter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player 2 has the life lead. From up above. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Life lead opens up. Decides to meet them in the air. Cleans up the round, ending it with a powerful drive impact. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. They're going for the super art? Just goes for it at this range. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Baits them and goes in for the hug. Free glove. A quick breather. Superb anti-air in the punch. Player 1. No! Critical art now? Handed KO. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Connects with the throw. The last round. It's now or never. Jumps up distantly to some big damage. We're just getting started here. Who will take control? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. They're sitting on a full super art. Wow, sat and waited for this opening. Quick dash. Player 1 with the rhythm burns out. Drops them from the air. Turning it right up with a super. Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3 super.
You bastard!
Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Oh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Sure you can? The super armor does its job. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Player 1 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? That drive impact is blocked. Opts for the throw. Takes a trip. The jump in catches them. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Caught in the crosshair. Player 2 has the life advantage. Time to sit on the lead. Burnout activates. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Knockout and... Player 2 got him up against the wall and the stun is there. Cages them in with the Latsuka. Counting on the super to do the job. Departure. Their life is hanging by a thread. They gotta lean heavily on their drive moves now. Oh, reversal. But impact squash. Looking for a chance. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Departure set. Big stage blow. There's a burnout. Closing moments of the match. Crashes out the cage right there. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it.
Sit down and shut up!
No way. That win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion. What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? What are they thinking here? Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Taking stock. Player 1 chases them down. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Life lead opens up. Knockdown. Holds out with a block. Flies in with a fist to keep the pressure on. All right, what's coming up next? Slips the grab. KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Takes the chance to hurt him. Goes with the safe stuff with that target combo. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Burnout activates. Player 1 hits a good spot to use a super. Double blitz super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Player 2 needs to use their SA gauge to their advantage. Throws them. Breaks the block with a throw. What'll happen here? Noticeable experiencing burnout. Player reversal. Player 2 made that was a well-placed projectile. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Round 1. Fight.
We are here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Not having the cross-up. Track that jump nicely. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Knockdown. Goes for the super art? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Takes a trip. Both players with no drive in the tank. Sticks the combo. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Closes with the throw. Hitting them with the smart stuff. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? The jump-in is denied. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Extra spicy Shoryu connects. Gets carried to the corner. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. There's a change of side. Gets out of the corner. Just goes for it at this range. That combo did decent damage. Not much life difference. Player 2 will look to apply pressure. They're going for the super art. The Dragon Lash Flame giving them a side switch on top of the damage. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive art. Flies in with a fist to keep the pressure on. You've got to be mindful of experiencing burnout. Player 2 can't flatline them. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Round 1. Fight.
Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Throws him. What's next? Good work staying in throw range there. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? Knockdown. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Checks with the projectile. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Both players have near empty super art gauges. Whoever can build theirs up first, they have a big advantage here. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistake. KO! Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Now, can they finish the job? Looking for a chance. Breaks the block with a throw. A quick breather. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Big opportunity now. Nice counter. This is a up for the Tonitrus. Still scrapping for control of the space. This can lead to some KO. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Gotta do better than that. Smart play with the throw. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Going wild with the throws in the corner. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. What now? Player 2 can't let this drive impact misses. Plus anti-air. Super armor. Cold and calculated. Player 2, sick super armor use. In with the phalanx. Nothing stops this train. Dangerous range here. All the throw connects. Okay, here we go. Reversal. Sticks out a kick. Solid anti-air. Comes for them with a phalanx. Drops them hard. Super armor. It is over. Player 2 comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all.
Round 1. Fight.
Target combo into quick dashing. That combo did decent damage. Porter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Taking stock. Neither of them willing to back off. I can't keep track of these corner switches. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Knockdown. Both of them have entered burnout state, which will drastically change their approach to the fight. Jumps. Holds out with the block. Shoots off a fireball up close. Player 1 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. They need to KO! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Quick dashing. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Jumps in. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Super arts on deck for both fighters. Hits them with a stop and pop. Combo with the target combo. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Drive gauge on deck. Are they gonna gun it? Player 2 is in a very good spot. Connects with the throw. Will this super art do anything? Oh, flatline zone. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Face out the low kick. That's a counter. Experiencing burnout. Quick dash. Player 1 can't throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Player 1 is looking at a perfect execution with the anti-air. Gets the corner switch. Turning it right up with a super. This is, ooh, what a smart blow. Now they can use drive. Wall splat into the guard break. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Player doesn't test the throw. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match.
comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with a projectile. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player one will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. They need to hold out. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Brushes off the impact. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Hits him for the stun. This gets him. Player two on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Steps back to start things off. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Jumps in. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Throwing some shade. Denies the jump in. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Player one will need to play it conservative until their driver brushes that off and keeps going. Closes the gap. Knockdown and burnout activates. Noticeable life. It's a good spot. They used the super, kept their composure, and pulled out the combo at just the right time. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. They trade hits. Excellent block. Took him to the corner in a flash. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. They are not getting close to each other. Both sides getting ready. Player one drops him hard. Raw super hard incoming. Player two can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Nothing stops this train. Player one is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some stun, city, population, use. Player two with the rhythm owning this is gonna hurt. Player one needs to use their drive moves to have any chance of a comeback. A real test of nerves here. Player two can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Answers with a fireball. It is over. Player one is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. Medium kick hits them with a stopping bomb. Closes the gap. Risky up-close scrap still going. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup? Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. All right, what's coming up next? The jump in is denied. The comeback's gonna be tough now. Can they do it? Gets him. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player one creates a good corner opportunity. 3-volt? Player one holding on to that corner advantage. Jumps up. 3-volt ices him. We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. Brushes that off and keeps going. Oh my god, they just choked it up! It's a good spot to use the super. The super hits, and this looks like it's gonna kill. There it is! They knew it'd be enough. Player one took no time to finish that fight.
Round one. Fight.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player one will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. A big drive gauge disparity has opened up, and it wouldn't surprise me if they try to open that gap further. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? 3-ball? Checks with a medium kick. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player 1 holding on, hits him with a stop and bomb. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Going in. Goes air to air and takes their turn. Pokes with a medium kick. Springs forward with the drive rush. We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. Deep stone cold embrace. You can't block those. Player 1 is barely experiencing burnout. There's a burnout. Will they go? Crashes out the cage right there. A clean KO. Nice meter alert. Sit down and shut up. What a finish. Player 1 was an absolute...
comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Trips him up. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Sticks the combo. Beautiful setup with that attack. Combo with the target combo. Taking stock. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Decides to meet them in the air. Smart play there to go for the air-to-air. Even if it can't lead to a combo, it's low risk but effective. Throwing some shade. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Going in? Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? They were expecting that drive impact. Goes for the jump in. Both fighters planning something? Jump? Reversal! This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. What a finish! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Did not props him hard. Medium kick hits. Fools him and locks him in embrace. Player 2 with slick drive gauge control. Is this in the bag? With drive impact misses. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Spent it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Are we gonna see a comeback? No! Just a quick flatline them. Player 2 made all the right moves. And this experience is only gonna make them stronger. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. superb reactions on display. Combo with the target combo. Backs them into the corner. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Gets the jump in. All right, what's coming up next? KO. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Hits with the overhead. Flushes that off and keeps going. Quick dashing. They quickly get back into bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Player 1 can build off this lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Were they baiting them into that? Experiencing burnout. Player 1 holding on to them, pounding them with the Lavshuka. Can they stand the heat? The path to a win looks very tough, and I don't know if they can hold out. They back the opponent in there. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Will we see our fighters fill each other out or just let it fly in this opening round? Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player 1 with the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Player 1 doesn't have big trouble here. The stun is going to leave them defenseless. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Reads them. All right, what's coming up next? Drive reversals block. Burnout activates. Player KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They both showed their hand a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground gauge. Going in, Player 1 is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a comeback using their drive. Flawless round. They got him so quick. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Will we see our fighters fill each other out or just let it fly in this opening round? Well-timed command throw there. Player 2 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Takes a trip. Player 1 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Digs in deep to get that drive in. They need to engage them in with the Lavshuka. Ooh, they're gonna feel that. Burnout activates. With breather, Player 2 might have just shifted the KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. 3-volt? Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Flashes them. Player 1 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Burnout activates. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Big opportunity. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Turns out. Are we going to see a comeback here? Up to spin the meter on the super. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Knocks them out of the air. Checks with a medium. Chisels them down. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. This is it. Who fools them and locks them in embrace. Player 1 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Up to spend the meter on the super. Drive rush closes the distance. Both fighters need to get some meters. Blocks that off. Player 1 is in a very good spot. This is a complete shutdown. They can't get one step ahead of that. Punish counter on reaction. All in with a rush. Player 2 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some major pressure. No! Stunned off the wall! Noticeable life lead. It is over! Player 1 comes out on top of that fierce battle! Talk about a show. That match had it all. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Barely blocks the jump-in. Player 1 hits him with a stop and bop. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Starts with a jump-in. Player 1 has the... Oh! The move whips and they get nailed with a punish counter. What a finish. Great read on the life gauge there. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Quick dashing. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side sweep. Whiffs the impact. Chases them and goes in for the hug. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Jumps up. 3-volt. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Spikes him with 3 gloves. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. Stone Cold and break. You can't block those. Oh, which one a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Reads the command grab. Yes, sir. More damage, please. Risky decision, but let's see how this plays out. Player 1 has got to work some magic with his limited drive. Solid anti-air. Wall splat into the card plate. Now that's how you use an impact. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales. Player 1 can't use Stone Cold and break. You can't block those. Player 2 is distantly to some big damage. With no hesitation or regret. Hits him with that NSF double. Come on now, let me hear you say it. Shut up. Shinryu. Repa. Dangerous range turns out. No one could have called that. Player 1 clinches the win. But that could have been... This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Best shot.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Knockdown. Player one in that dangerous burnout state. Sticks the combo. They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Can't tech the throw. Takes a trip. Hold up. They broke through the super arm. Must have seen it coming. Risky up-close scrap still going. Closing moments of the match. Oh. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Fight.
Boots him. Who's going to start things off? Jumps? Sure you can? Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Both fighters planning something? Hits them with a stop and pop. Player one can't use any. There's the.
Comes a new challenger.
To hear how this ends in ruin. Away. It's over. Let's learn and learn well. Let's learn and learn well. Don't excuse me. To hear how this ends in ruin. Away. It's over. No. If I may. Away. If I may. If I may. Locked up. You're done. Street Fighter 6. Online.